All right, time to finish off with rapid reaction. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. Let's go, Jay.
All right, the Chargers and pass rusher Joey Bosa have agreed to a 5-year, $135 million extension, making him the highest paid defensive player in football. Is he worth that much?
Well, I'm not sure if he's quite worth that much, but he is worth about a sack a game, and he has established himself as a premier edge rusher in the league. So it's really no surprise after Myles Garrett got his contract that Bosa was going to payday too. We know when these guys get them close together, the next guy always gets a little bit more. The New York Yankees bullpen is set for a big boost as closer Aroldis Chapman has been cleared to return to the team. That's good news, right?
Oh, it's great news for the Yankees, bad news for the rest of the American League. You know, he's still bringing that upper 90s, 100-mile-an-hour fastball and that big breaking slider. So it's a big boost for the back of that bullpen. And the Yankees are just super talented. They're going to be tough to beat regardless. Pac-12, Big Ten, and now the SEC, well, they've approved conference-only schedules for the upcoming college football season. Is this the right choice?
I guess I'm not a huge fan of it personally. You know, it makes no sense that a team, say like Florida, they can travel to Lexington or Texas for a game in the SEC, but they can't run down the street to play Florida State. I think that at least one non-conference game should have been allowed by these teams to preserve rivalry. Some of them that go back into the 40s and 50s are going to get canceled now, and that's some big traditional hit when college football is a lot about tradition. The response to me feels pretty ham-fisted, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Memphis Grizzlies point guard Ja Morant says the NBA's play-in format for the last playoff spot is unfair to his team. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. He's just saying what we've been saying for weeks now. And the unfortunate thing right now is the Pelicans aren't even interested in taking advantage of it. But we covered that in the last segment. Moving on. Franchise tag defensive end Yannick Ngakoue has yet to report to training camp. I know you're shocked by this news.
Socks are just blowing off my feet, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see Yan at all. I mean, he seems pretty dead set on not showing up, but it is important to understand he hasn't signed his franchise tender yet, so he can't be fined yet by the team because he's not technically under contract. He just only has one contract option to sign. He'll try to hold the team's feet to the coal as long as they can to get a trade, but the Jaguars should have paid the man a long time ago. He'd be a bargain now compared to what Bosa and Garrett just got paid, but, go Jaguars. The Houston Astros will be without reigning Cy Young winner Justin Verlander for at least 2 weeks as he nurses a right forearm strain. What does that mean for the Astros going forward?
With Justin Verlander, the Astros are a threat for the World Series. Without him, and if this turns out to be more serious and he cannot return, they will struggle to make the playoffs, in my estimation. Texans general manager and coach Bill O'Brien says the team is working hard towards a contract extension for quarterback Deshaun Watson. Your thoughts?
I'm not sure Bill O'Brien works hard at anything GM related, but I'll take his word for it. The Texans are under a lot of pressure now to get Watson's deal done in the wake of the Mahomes contract. They definitely don't want to wait till next season and possibly have Lamar Jackson push that market even further upwards. We know that's coming down the road. They can convince Watson to take a big, fully guaranteed deal that still keeps him a little bit below the average of Mahomes' value. Then they definitely need to do it. Major League Baseball and the MLBPA have agreed to 7-inning doubleheaders for the remainder of the season. It's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I think so. You got some of these teams, including the Miami Marlins, dealing with with the coronavirus right now. So they've had a whole week of games scratched out. If you got any hope at making those games up, I think you're going to have to play double headers and not play the complete 9-inning games. I think this is a good move. The Bucs have signed running back LaShawn McCoy to a 1-year contract. How big a role do you expect he will have in Tampa?
He hasn't had the production that we saw back in 2016 and 17, where he was averaging almost 1,200 yards a season with the Bills. But I think he is going to be one of those really good backs to complement Brady. He kind of has that feel of some of those Patriot-style running backs we saw that are definitely dual threats out of the backfield that Brady's used to having. So McCoy will be pretty good in that regard, and I expect he'll have a kind of a bounce back here in Tampa. Last one, Heat and Nuggets tomorrow afternoon in the bubble. Who you got?
I'm going with Miami. You know how much I love me some Jimmy Butler. I think he has a big game, and he is the reason Miami wins tomorrow.
All right. Well, that concludes today's Drink of Wisdom. I'm Cody Ward.
And I'm Jay Wise. And remember, make tomorrow better than today. Make today better than yesterday. We'll see you next time.